part of this is the Prophet ﷺ as a statesman and a teacher. What do we understand by a statesman? Somebody who is a state person. Can anyone give a definition of somebody, give an example of a state person? Anyone? Obama is a state person. Anyone else? Ujita is a state person. So,
you want a definition or name?
Examples. So, that's sufficient. If you want to give a definition, please go ahead. What is a state person?
The person who leads the state.
Somebody who leads a state is called a state person. And then we look at the example of the Prophet ﷺ and the current situation today. A state person is responsible for the affairs of the state that he is leading. He is leading. So the Prophet ﷺ was not only a prophet, but he was also a head of state. He founded a state in the city of Medina after his migration from Mecca, and all the mistreatment and torture he was subjected with his companion. They migrated from Mecca to the city of Medina, still in Saudi Arabia, where they founded the Islamic State. The first Islamic state was founded in Medina. And by the way, that's where the first written constitution was made. That's the copy of what you have in your note there. It's just this, this for reference is taken from that that constitution written at the time of the Prophet ﷺ 1,400 years ago. So the Prophet ﷺ his leadership was most comprehensive and dynamic. He was a model of virtue and spirituality. He was noble and compassionate, a teacher, a guide, and a reformer. We see already under the topic of mercy, some of the reforms the Prophet ﷺ brought to mankind. He gave legislation how to deal with social issues. He gave legislation how to handle relation between states. He gave legislation how to administer justice between citizens when people have conflict. He actually set the rules in different areas that we have today. Many states, you see the statement of defense today. The Department of Defense, Department of Foreign Affairs, Department of Social and healthcare issues. And at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, all those departments were defined and actually written. It's only after centuries that the West followed this example of the Prophet ﷺ. So, as a teacher, he ordered the people to convey his message, even if it's one verse. So, every time he received a revelation, he will deliver that message to the companion, and he will ask them to deliver this message to those who are not there. And I will come back to his last speech, when the public sermon I talked about a little bit earlier. He actually emphasized in many places of that sermon that deliver a message for those who are not here. Deliver the message to the generation to come. So he ordered the people who were there listening to him to give this message to the people who will come after them. So as a statesman, the Prophet ﷺ unified the Arabian Peninsula, established a great state whose capital was Medina, defeated his enemies. Now, what was the situation of the Arabian Peninsula before the coming of the Prophet ﷺ? In the introduction to Islam, Brother Wa'id talked about this. There were tribal systems. You know, each tribe was, you know, restricting themselves in their own tribes. There will be fighting between those tribes. And when he came, the Prophet ﷺ, he came to Medina. First, he established the Islamic State in Medina. He made the Jew, the Christian, and the Muslim to live under that same state in peace, while everyone is treated equally. We have difficulties to adapt to that today. We have Muslims, Jews, and Christians who cannot live in the same state today, killing each other. Everyone trying all their best to chase away the other. At the time of the Prophet ﷺ, 1,400 years ago, he managed to bring everyone on board. Everyone was sitting around the same table and they were living peacefully. So, after the conquest of Mecca, the Prophet ﷺ also unified the Arabian Peninsula, because there were hostilities between tribes who are not Muslims. When he left for Medina, he came back to Mecca, he put all the Arabian Peninsula under the same rule. And whether you are Jew, Christian, or Muslims, you are free to practice your religion, but all were living under the same state without conflict. So he was a skillful and a political leader. He never initiated war, but decisively defended his faith and his people when he had to do so. He always emphasized peace and harmony instead of fighting. So the main goal of the Prophet ﷺ was to put everyone under the same state and in peace. He didn't do that by the sword, as people are claiming today. It was through peaceful means. He only used force when he was compelled to do so. So he offered a vision to the people of Medina, unified Jew and Christian, as I said earlier. They all lived in the same land and were treated equally, regardless of their faith. He broke the tribal system after the conquest of Mecca and set the stage for a new era of a unified community. He built sacred bonds of brotherhood within the community. This example is still living today. When I see somebody coming from South India, I'm from West Africa, the moment this man or this person knows that I'm a Muslim, he will treat me as a brother. It's like he knows me in advance. So this bond of brotherhood is still in existence today. All Muslims are brothers, as the Quran stated, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةٌ. The Prophet ﷺ lived a life of a poor person, even though he was able to live like a king. He built an empire without palaces and guards. Who is the leader today who can live without bodyguards? Can you imagine somebody being a head of state? He doesn't need a palace. He doesn't need a bodyguard. He lives within the community. You know why? You know why he could do that? There is no resentment between him and the people. He is not doing anything wrong to the people for them to hate him or to want to kill him.